Hi, Doctor. How's it going? What? What do you mean they escaped? That's okay. I will go after them myself. Can you tell me the password for the Space Colony Control? Tricking that old doctor is just too easy. All right, it's time to get to work. The password is Maria. Maria, I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh, well. This is it. Research Project Shadow, the ultimate life form. Let's see now. What in the world is this? This can't be right. Just what is Shadow, anyway? I guess I'll just have to take the last pieces of the Master Emerald.
What's up with that knucklehead anyway? Trying to take over the shuttle? I thought we were toast for sure. Huh? Where did he go now?
Looks like he bailed.
This place looks deserted. Dusty, too.
This place was shut down about 50 years ago because of a terrible accident. The first Bernoulli spherical space colony, called ARC. When it was operational, it was the most advanced research center of its kind. But looking at it now...
Now it's an abandoned ARC, wouldn't you say?
There's not much time left before Eggman fires that weapon again. We've got to hurry. Let's find the cannon and destroy it.
Yeah! Someone designed that weapon to be impenetrable from outside attacks. Its defense shields are super strong, so we have to find a way to destroy it from
Isn't
inside.
that a Chaos Emerald?
It looks like it, doesn't it? But in fact, it's a fake one I created after researching the real emerald. It has the same wavelength and properties, but it's less powerful than the real one. It's designed to reverse the energy field inside the Chaos Emeralds and blow up. It looks so real, even a machine can't tell the difference. I'll find the power supply and destroy it. Sonic, you find the control room, okay?
So the plan is, we'll switch the Chaos Emeralds when the machine is stopped, right?
I hate you! You guys always leave me behind and have all the fun!
What's Rouge up to anyway? This is strange. It's showing energy readings from two separate Chaos Emeralds. Did they really think they could trick me with that fake emerald? Wait, Shadow. I'm the one who should be telling them the end is near, not you. Now is the time to end this long drawn-out battle. Darkness has a place in history as the ultimate genius. If something happens to me, I'm counting on you to finish the job. Hurry! The moment for attack has come. It's now or never.
Alright, and here we are in Mad Space. God, why do the worst stages get some of the best songs? So, Knuckles and Rouge both have final stages that kind of just encompass everything that's bad about their stages. It's just all of it. It's far too big. It's far too segmented. Real quick, here's Rouge's last upgrade, the Iron Boots. So yeah, this is just Rouge's Destroy Steel Crate ability. But yeah, no, both Knuckles and Rouge just have stages that are just awful in the same ways they've always been awful, but more so. That being said, in Rouge's case, hers isn't even the worst. Like, Mad Space sucks, but I guess I'd prefer to play this over Security Hall, because Security Hall was really bad. So anyway, since we already know what treasure hunting stages look like and we're going to be here for a while, let's talk soundtrack, because, you know, I have mentioned, of course, here and there, the songs in this game are very good, but I've not really gone in-depth about the soundtrack so far. So as a note, the main composers are Jun Senu, Kenichi Tokoi, Tomoya Otani, and Fumi Kumatani. obviously there are a lot of vocalists that I didn't mention, and, soundtracks are always worked on by a little more than necessarily who's on the big list, but those are, for all intents and purposes, the main composers that get listed, so... Right. I'm gonna say, though, I think Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack is kind of a masterpiece, honestly. Like, genuinely, it's really good. And, look, Sonic soundtracks often are, and I would say that Sonic Adventure 1 had a fantastic soundtrack. But, Adventure 2 to me might be one of the best Sonic Adventure soundtracks, or the best Sonic soundtracks in general, rather. And here's the thing. So, a lot of Sonic games will just have stage themes, and that's fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, and they all sound great. But the thing about Adventure 2 is, every stage, of course, has its own song. However, each song also fits the character in the stage, and not just the stage itself. Every character in the game sort of has their own distinct-ish style. I say distinct-ish because, a vast majority of the characters are, some variation of rock music. You've got Sonic, Shadow, Tails, Eggman, they all have this kind of, rock tone to them. Knuckles and Rouge are the most different characters, Knuckles, of course, having rap, and Rouge having, more of a lounge, jazz kind of thing going on. But the thing is, I was kind of hoping I would find more people talking about, the specifics of the soundtrack, more people who actually know, music designations or ways to describe the differences between them. I did not, though, but there are a lot of people saying, hey, the SA2 soundtrack is really good. I guess in general, Shadow of the main four who use rock music is probably the most different because he's kind of veers into, electronic and that sort of thing. I'd say the weakest songs in the game are probably Tails and Eggman's. They're good, and they still fit the characters. Tails' songs are typically a bit more upbeat, while Eggman's are usually, darker, heavier, something like that. But then you have Knuckles and Rouge's songs, which, as I mentioned before, they are very much their own beasts. Actually, I say Tails and Eggman are, the weaker ones, but actually, I think Knuckles actually might be my least favorite. Part of it is probably the whole thing about Hunted P kind of being terrible. That very much deflates, a lot of the songs, to be honest. Which, considering it's kind of not great rap, the lyrics aren't, good. They're funny, but it's not good rap. So the fact that, I have to listen to the person actually singing it and think, oh, this guy sucks, though, really does kind of take a lot out of it. Oh wow, we lost half an hour there, jeez. Alright, here's Meteor Herd. The most I have to say about this stage that I didn't already say already is there is also an upgrade for Knuckles, and in order to get it, you have to punch a meteor into a door, and by punch I mean fly into. It's this one over here. You can just punch it, but it won't go far enough, so you kinda just wanna, swerve around and kinda do that. I can't really describe the actions I just did better than that, I'm sorry. It does not feel comfortable to pull off. It feels bad. But yeah, from this we'll get sunglasses, which we will not see, but they reveal hidden things. Again, not gonna bother using that here. Might show it off later, though. But anyway, yes, music. So, yeah, I think Aquatic Mind's song kind of broke me because, A Ghost's Pumpkin Soup is, good funny. It's a meme for a reason. But, Aquatic Mind, having to transcribe those lyrics and just having to sit down and look at them just made me go, wow, this is real bad. To be fair, I think Deeper is Death Chamber's theme. That one's kind of funny because not only, is it from Knuckles' point of view, it also switches to Sonic's point of view as well as they argue back and forth. That's kind of fun and funny. But yeah, other than that, like, Knuckles is the only, like, batch of songs I would say is, like, ironically good, unfortunately. And again, it's an irony that I can't appreciate as much due to the lyricist in general. However, Rouge, on the other hand, might be one of my favorites, just straight up. I really wish, like, Rouge had specifically her own songs more in the series because her style just works. I love it a lot. Lounge Jazz is real good and all the songs come out real well. But yeah, Tails and Eggman are kind of ordinary. They definitely have their own style, and like, if you had to listen to them, I'm sure you could pick out which characters was which. Honestly, Tails actually reminds me of Sonic Adventure 1's soundtrack a lot, too. Meanwhile, though, Sonic and Shadow are also very strong, and, like, the reason I'm not down on Tails and Eggman, I just think that, like, Sonic and Shadow have a lot of personality to their songs, like, genuinely. The tone of each of their songs, is, like, good enough that I feel like they could play in their characters' heads, as they go through stages. Like, Green Forest is just such a perfect example of kind of the difference between Sonic and Shadow as characters, dealing with the same situation, where Sonic is very bombastic and, like, he knows his friends are in danger, so he is scrambling to save them. Meanwhile, Shadow learns that one of his will-save friends is in danger. They could have a better relationship in this game. They're not really super keen on one another in this one. Nonetheless, Shadow resolves himself to save Rouge, and while he's doing so, sort of his past is coming back to haunt him in song form, as you have a very, how to describe it, just like a ponderous song, I'll say, where you're just getting a lot of lines that are hard to hear and hard to parse, but they are about sort of, really him thinking to Maria, if anything. So yeah, like, those two songs specifically do such a good job of illustrating the differences between Sonic and Shadow. But then you just have other songs, like City Escape. Like, Escape from the City is just such a good song in general. It's, like, a perfect opening song. I feel like you could absolutely just do an animated version of this game, and that would be the perfect song to play while opening credits roll and Sonic is just going through the city. And, you know, Shadow, not always necessarily, like, pondering or super dark. Like, Mr. Unsmiley is a cool song, but, like, the way it is exciting is clearly different from Sonic's. They think they're cool in different ways. But yeah, no, like, I think they have very strong personalities, even though, technically speaking, their styles are the majority. Like, a lot of this game is rock, because it's still a Sonic game, so of course a lot of the songs are rock. And I guess while we're at it, I'll also mention character themes, because we still have time left over, because this is Meteor Herd, and Meteor Herd is bad. Anyway, the villains, of course, all have original themes, because Shadow and Rouge are both new characters, and Eggman had a theme in the first game, or Adventure 1, but oddly enough, his theme's actually really good. Like, well, I mean, that shouldn't be a surprise, everybody knows Eggman is a song, but I liked Theme of Robotnik in Adventure 1, but Eggman is also a very good song. It is not a downgrade at all. Meanwhile, Shadow has Throw It All Away, which I don't think we've heard much of. And then we've had Rouge's Fly in the Freedom, which every opportunity I've had to use a cutscene with some kind of variance where Fly in the Freedom can play, I've chosen Fly in the Freedom instead of the alternative, because it's my favorite song in the game, probably. Main theme, of course, we'll ignore for now. The Hero team actually has all remixes from their Adventure 1 versions. I do not like this game's version of Unknown from ME, I think it's worse. Believe in Myself is okay, but I don't really like listening to it over Adventure 1's version, and I am going to be the weirdo for saying this because I know a lot of people hate this game's version of it, but I actually kind of like this game's version of It Doesn't Matter, possibly more than the first game's. The version of it in the first game is fine, and again, everybody likes that one more, but I don't know, I just like the upbeat nature of this game's version of it. I will say, though, it definitely fits, like, the hero team as a group more than necessarily Sonic himself. I do think it fits Sonic as a character. The Adventure 1 fits Sonic specifically more, but as a group theme, this version's good. Meanwhile, Throw It All Away is absolutely just Shadow's theme. That's his. It does not represent just Eggman's general vibes, and definitely not Rouge's.
Long time no see, treasure hunter. Did you find my emerald?
That's a good one. Your emerald. Talking to you is a waste of time. Hand over those master emeralds. Give them to me.
So let's see, we're just gonna beat him up for a bit. I do think it's very in character for Rouge to just immediately come out swinging, but of course, Rouge is not gonna be the ultimate victor here. This is a bit of a clusterfuck of a fight. Of course, not having target jump means that Knuckles and Rouge are a little less safe from attacks than Sonic and Shadow are. So this fight goes a little faster and a little less clumsy, but the area down there eventually opens up. And then this happens, you just sort of float over it. Both characters have their sort of special attacks in this one. You're not going to see it here. Rouge said the voice line for it, but, like, she's too busy being in mid-air to actually use it.
Here I come. Get ready.
Yeah, you're not doing anything, Rouge. Goodbye. Ah!
Get away from my emerald.
What are you talking about, Knuckles? You flew into a pit. You're dead now.
Stop fooling around and give me back my emerald.
What are you babbling about? Call yourself a hunter attacking a lady? Shame on you!
What kind of lady goes around stealing gems anyway?
Those belong to me! Ah! Ah! What in the world? Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch me.
Is that how you say thanks to someone who just saved your life?
Saving my life. Don't think I owe you one. You just wanted to hold my hand, didn't you? That's why you saved me. You're such a creep.
This isn't a joke, you know. Think what you want, Batgirl. I was saving the Master Emerald.
No matter what you say, it sounds crazy.
What?
Fine, then just take them. They stink like echidnas do.
If that's what you thought, you should have given me them in the first place. Finally.
What?
I'm sorry if I hurt you.
We should get going.